Alright guys, this is the LED hooked up to the Arduino, and I'm going to go ahead and show you really quick what happens. It's nothing special. The LED just blinks on and off like the LED on pin 13, as you see here. Now, I'm going to walk you through building this circuit. So first thing you want to do is make sure that your Arduino is unplugged, and now you want to start adding stuff into your Arduino. The first step in building this circuit is understanding how a breadboard works. The breadboard is this thing that you see down here, the white thing. It is a board that enables you to prototype your circuits without having to actually make physical connections between them. The connections are temporary and therefore can be removed. Now, if you look on your breadboard, you're going to see that it has two column rows, two rows on the top of the board, and one on the other side of the board, parallel to that. And what these do is they are called bus lines, and they enable you to get good power sources or ground. So you'll probably notice that one is labeled negative and the other is labeled positive. It is pretty standard to hook the ground to the negative, and if you're getting power into your Arduino, you take that from the positive. Now, that seems pretty trivial, but I thought I'd point it out. Anyway, so in order to understand the breadboard, you also have to understand how the little sections in the middle that are disconnected by what I call the valley. The valley is there for microchips. Therefore, the rows are not connected underneath the board through the valley. The valley is there to break up the connections and make no connection between the chip leads. Therefore, you can have separate connections. And these, whereas the bus lines run like this, back and forth, the lines parallel to the valley are perpendicular to the bus lines, so they run this way instead of that way. And what that enables is for you to connect components quite easily into the Arduino board. So now we're actually going to get into plugging up your circuit. First step in plugging up your circuit involves attaching a jumper wire to pin number 13 of your Arduino, and then connecting that to the positive end of your LED. Now I'm going to pop my LED out real quick. And as you see, I have two sides to this. I have a short one and I have a long one. The short one is called the anode, and it goes to the negative side. Now, the way I remember this is that short is always negative. If you're short with someone, that is negative. That means you're talking to them, but you're not actually talking to them. You're trying to get away from them. And then the other one, called the cathode, goes towards the positive side. The longer one is the cathode. And then you're going to have your resistor. I have a 330 ohm resistor. The reason that I'm using a 330 ohm resistor is, according to Ohm's law, the value needed to limit the current to the point that it will not blow the LED theoretically is 250 ohms. You need something that's bigger than 250 ohms. And you may be thinking, well, what is Ohm's law? Well, Ohm's law is an equation that relates current, resistance, and voltage. According to Ohm's law, voltage is equal to current times resistance. Therefore, you can rearrange it and solve for resistance, and you get resistance equals voltage times current. And if you substitute in the 5 volts coming from the pin on the Arduino and the 20 milliamps, that is the max current load for the LED, which is equal to 0.02 amps, you do the math and you get 5 divided by 0.02, which is equal to 250. Thus, my decision to use a 330 ohm resistor. And then that resistor then connects into the ground bus lines, and then the bus lines connect back to the Arduino to the pin that is labeled ground. It's pretty straightforward and simple. So now that you've hopefully got your circuit built, we're going to go ahead and plug in the Arduino. Pull out my USB cable and plug it in here and see what happens. And as you see, the LED is blinking as it should be. That is it for this tutorial. Come back to the next one and we will go over some more stuff to do with the Arduino. Thank you for watching.